I know if you're here and you clicked on this video, you have three letters in your mind, PHR. If you're a serious HR professional, getting your PHR or your SPHR certification, it's a big deal because it was for me. So I'm here to help. I'm going to share with you how I studied and passed my PHR on the first try. I'm going to also talk about my study schedule and a key study material, this amazing book that I used solely for 3 months leading up to me passing the exam. I know for sure it's the reason why I felt so prepared for the exam, so be sure that you're watching until the end. Let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new here. I'm Raquel and I've been working in the HR field for over 10 years, and this channel is all about giving career advice and HR tips so that you can navigate the professional world and really make an impact. If you're not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Don't miss any more of my HR videos. Hit that subscribe button below and also hit the notifications bell. That way you're notified when I post my next video. So I had my mind set on one goal and I made a commitment to myself that I'm going to get my PHR. I had been talking about it for years and putting it off because I was either too busy, I had a baby, I just didn't feel like I had enough time to study. You see, it was not easy for me at the time, especially I had a toddler, a full-time job, and really absolutely no free time to really dedicate to studying. I really had to make a sacrifice and stop making excuses. I was watching a webinar today hosted by hr.com entitled, "Is the HR certification really worth it?" So it had me starting to think back of my experience preparing for the exam. But it turns out this webinar was just a sales pitch to buy their $1,000 study material. But it still got me thinking. Memories came flooding back to me on how nervous I was at the time. But most importantly, how determined I became to pass the exam. So I thought I would share my method and how I chose to prepare for the PHR exam. Okay, so the first thing I did was I paid for the exam and scheduled my test date. I pushed myself to pay for the exam because once paid, I was able to schedule the test date. I picked a date 3 months away and I made a commitment that I had 3 months to prepare. I was no longer procrastinating and making excuses. So that is what you really need to do. Stop pushing it back. Usually when you pay for something, you actually put some money behind it and you're more committed because you don't want to waste money. I know I don't. The second thing I did, and the most crucial thing that I did, was purchase this book. It is the complete PHR and SPHR study guide by Sandra Reed. I am telling y'all, this book was a lifesaver for me, not to mention the money I saved. I knew that I didn't want to pay the thousands of dollars to attend a test prep class at a local university or buy the expensive study materials that hrci was offering. I read the reviews for this book on Amazon and they were great. And I was thinking, if these reviewers said that they use this book to study and pass on their first try, then why couldn't I do the same thing? I linked this book in the description box so that you can order it as well. I believe it's going for $48 now. When I bought it, it was 60 bucks. So I would urge you to get it now that it's on sale before it goes back up. But this was a really helpful study material for me. So when I finally got the book, I broke my studying down by test section. So the PHR exam is broken into the following sections. It has general business, talent planning and acquisition, learning and development, total rewards, and also a little bit of employee relations. What I love about this book is that it broke the chapters into the same sections as the test. So what I was really able to do is dedicate study time for each section of the book. I read through the whole section, and then what I did is I highlighted important pieces. Then I went back through each section and researched each topic. So for example, the union organization section gave basic information on how unions were formed, bargaining units, etc. So what I did is I actually Googled more about union organizations and really dig deeper. Something that maybe you would get at a university for a test prep class that you would spend thousands of dollars, they would go into more detail on each section. But because I was only using this book, I really took it upon myself to really dig deeper in each main topic so that I have a full understanding before the test. So what I also did is I dedicated study time, some serious study time. So with my kids away for the summer, I found a quiet corner at my favorite bookstore. And what I did every day after work for about 1 to 2 hours per day, I studied one chapter at a time. I researched topics from the book further. I really took the time to dive in. I made note cards, and so what I would do, I would gather all my note cards at the end of each day, and then I would go home and have my husband study with me and test me with the note cards on the weekend. When I was done, I had tons of note cards. So the last thing that I did was I actually got a whole lot of free practice tests and some really good ones that I paid for online. So what I would urge you to do is just Google PHR practice exams. Make sure you're actually using all of the free options, and then pay for some that have really good reviews. I wouldn't spend more than $20 on a good practice exam. So to wrap it all up, I'm not bashing anyone that decides to invest in themselves and spend the extra money for the in-person courses and the official study materials. If you have a couple $1,000 sitting down and you want to invest, then go ahead. But I can only share with you what was successful for me. And I'm telling you, this book did it all. So click on the link in the description box. You can see the reviews and you can see what thousands of people are saying and how helpful it was for them as well as myself. If you have any questions about my study schedule or how I prepared for this exam, please comment below and I'll be sure to reply. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.